So we just saw the brand new trailer for Enshrouded and their next big update called Wake of the Water, which is introducing a new biome to the game on top of a number of other features that were shown in the trailer that should have you more excited than a barrel of monkeys that just found a banana. Make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel for more Enshrouded content. Okay, first and foremost, there has been confirmed water biome for some time now. It was shown in the earlier roadmap, obviously earlier this year. The water biome looks like it's going to have brand new enemies and more, but possibly the most interesting thing we have seen from the trailer is the method of how water moves in the game. Much like how Minecraft has their fluid dynamics system of, say, like lava or water, water in Enshrouded looks like it is going to be physics-based, meaning that it can dynamically move throughout spaces that it would normally behave like in the real world. Now, again, we only see a glimpse of this in the trailer. However, I would assume that it would be able to be moved and changed as you create new paths for it to go through. This could go another way, however, given that the world of Embervale is essentially static, meaning that every time you load into a map, everything is the same, and it isn't randomly generated. This could mean that the water is only ever in fixed positions, and there are certain traps, temples, puzzles that have water moving fluidly. Time will tell, of course. I am also hopeful that they will integrate water into the rest of the maps rather than into that one single biome. I would assume so, just the way that they've always added things back into the core game as updates have rolled out. I'd be very surprised if they didn't. The other aspect of the water biome is swimming. Up until now, Embervale has been incredibly dry. Like, there's no water anywhere on this damn map except for in the wells. We see in the trailer not only diving, but swimming underwater featured as an addition, and I'm absolutely here for it. I assume, of course, that there will be some sort of breath mechanic that will cause you to die if you run out because, well, it is a survival game and, you know, that's kind of like real life. However, what has me more intrigued is underwater combat, which it seems that we will be getting. We see in the trailer only like a flash of this, but it seems like there's going to be these lizard guys that are underwater, and I'm having a thought that we will probably have underwater combat in some regard, having to deal with these aquatic creatures. I wonder now if there will be also other new weapon types in the game, like a spear or a trident that would be utilized more effectively underwater. Or perhaps it could just be as simple as using your land weapon underwater. I'm not sure on this. At this point, not a whole lot is known, but the underwater combat seems like it will be a core aspect of the new biome point. However, it does seem like there are creatures that can swim underwater very quickly, and it seems like we will be fighting underwater as well. But at the very least, it is confirmed that we will be diving and swimming in the new biome. It only appeared for a moment, and you had to pause it to see it, but it is confirmed that fishing will be added into the game. You can see two characters casting lines while standing out on a dock, which adds a whole new flavor to the game as far as survival crafting is concerned. I'm sure this means, of course, a mess of new materials and recipes that can be learned not only for crafting, but for food and armor and house designs. And at the very end, we see a giant fish. I don't know what kind of fish it is, but it's a big boy. And I'm sure that we can fight it, and that could be even a boss, who knows? Now, I am curious to see how they do the fishing in this game, because it could be like other games where it's like you simply just fish, you cast your fishing line out, and you pull in whatever you pull in. Or they could do more of a dynamic system, like how they do in Guild Wars 2 and MMO, where you get to fish, but it's also a mini game to reel it in. Now, this was only a flash, and I'm sure that we will learn more as we get closer, but man, I love a good fishing adventure, especially in a game where you're trying to get immersed into it. In the trailer, we see quite a few times different building structures that are located next to the waters where the players are, indicating that there is going to be some kind of housing capabilities in and around the water, such as like docks and, of course, those buildings. The docks seem to be able to stretch out quite a distance, so you could kind of make like bridges all over the place covering distances over water. That has been confirmed. One thing that and I'll talk more about it here in a little bit, is kind of like underwater base building. Now we see only a flash of players swimming underwater and players appearing into what seems to be a temple. But from that, we don't know any more about what type of underwater structures you'll be able to build. I'm hopeful because I like those kind of things. But as it stands confirmed, we will have like docks and other, it seems like, lakeside, oceanside type features. Now, this has already been teased out quite a while ago, actually, but it is now confirmed that Greatswords are coming to Enshrouded in October. They dropped a hint of this a while ago just casually, and now they've actually shown gameplay of players using greatswords in combat. Now, I for one love greatswords in any game, MMO, RPG, it doesn't matter. Greatswords, big swing and damage, I love it. I have recently even made a berserker playstyle in Enshrouded that really focuses on two-handed weapons, and this goes perfectly for what I'm going to want to play into. Now, I'm assuming that it would be very much like the two-handed hammer or the two-handed axe. Of course, like you have axes, hammers, and greatswords, the 1, 2, 3, that flows together, but we shall see. Now comes for what I am hopeful for, and this is none of this bit has been confirmed. As we get more information on the update leading closer to 1.0 release, I have a few things that I really would like to see. First, I would love to see more skills added to the game. We have quite a bit of different ways to play, and with this update coming out, I'm sure that we could expand out even more so into what I'd love to see, which is like a Path of Exile style tree. Maybe not that crazy, but I'd be 100% on board for more skills as they add on. Now, and I imagine that they would add these skills, probably because we have fishing, swimming, great swords coming to the game. New talents added to complement those features would make sense. But I have also not seen anything quite on this yet, so this is just a wish list. I would also love to see the ability to build underwater structures. I know I've already mentioned it, but it seems like it kind of already exists, and it could be within their capabilities from the trailer. But honestly, if they beefed up the structure quality to manage water and its movement, then I can only imagine what kind of like craziness players would be able to do. Again, I just really like underwater bases, but maybe that's just me. Something tells me too that we will get a new survivor. It makes sense, and it would track in that regard. A fisherman, I would think. It would make sense to have someone helping us with underwater activities and of course fishing and dealing with the local lizard people that we have to fight. But again, this is just a guess and has not been confirmed. So that's everything we know as of right now for Enshrouded's new Wake of the Water update coming in October. And I, for one, am super duper excited for this. Enshrouded is without a doubt one of my favorite games, and I look forward to playing through the new update. If you are new to Enshrouded and you are looking to get started on the current game, what build we have, click this video here to see the entirety of the new player's guide for the game. As always, stay caffeinated, folks.